President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerian graduates to apply their skills and knowledge towards enhancing societal growth within the country rather than seeking opportunities abroad. Speaking at the University of Uyo's 29th and 30th combined convocation ceremonies on Saturday, Tinubu emphasized the role of education as a foundation for national progress. He advised graduates to resist the urge to seek greener pastures abroad, urging them to instead strive to transform Nigeria's landscape. Education must drive transformation, he said. The government has invested heavily in equipping you to contribute meaningfully to society. These are the words of the president. I urge you to be agents of positive change and growth here in Nigeria. Representing the president, University of Port Harcourt Vice Chancellor Professor Owunari Georgewill noted that much of Nigeria's research remains underutilized and appealed for public support of the government's economic reforms. UNIO's Chancellor Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Maje and the university's Pro-Chancellor Professor Zubaru Abdullah both praised the graduates while also calling for more financial support to enhance educational facilities and research capacity. UNIO Vice Chancellor Professor Iyaudo Ndeyo commended the university's strides in securing accreditation for over 90% of its programs despite funding and security challenges. Stop going to look for greener pastures abroad. Stay here and make Nigeria better. That's what the president was actually insinuating. But you're a young person, and I'd like to get your perspective to this story.
You know, it's very easy said than done. The president has said, I think he said he has put certain things in place for the young graduates. I don't want to argue that with him.
Why would you want to think of arguing that with him? You don't believe the statement of the president?
I'm a graduate.
Okay.
I'm a graduate, and there's a scheme for graduates in Nigeria called NYSC. And in a year, we have 3 batches. We have batch A, batch B, and batch C. And each of these batches are divided into 2 streams. Batch A, stream 1, and batch B, stream 2, stream 1 and 2, C, stream 1 and 2. Each of the batch has at least 1,000 core members, at least 1,000 core members. And we have core members camping in all the states in Nigeria. Multiply 1,000 by 2. They multiplied by the 30, how many states? 32 states in this country. Multiply it and see, you know, and see the result.
That's 36 actually.
36 states, sorry, 36 states in this country. Multiply and see. You see how many graduates are leaving the higher institution into the labor market every month in Nigeria. What factor has our president put in place to absorb these graduates? So when you're saying our young people, our young graduates should not, you know, seek opportunity elsewhere where they feel they can, you know, find value, then in this country, what are you doing to absorb them? What are we doing? Every year, on graduating from the higher school, went through a process called NYSC, and you now sit back watching the government.
And wait for years.
And you wait for... In Port Harcourt alone, do you know how many graduates, as of my batch, do you know how many of us left NYSC? I doubt up to half of us have gained any useful employment here now.
After how long?
It's about 2 years now. And outside my batch, there are other batches. These are Nigerians that are willing to apply their skills in making this country work. So for you to say, it's just like you having a child, and the child has found opportunity here, and you're saying the child should not go there, why you have not given that child any opportunity yet. So for you to say graduates should not seek opportunity elsewhere, then you should put something in place. There should be something you've done that you say, this is what you have at hand. Why not go for this? But a situation whereby the Nigerian graduates are not seeing anything. And the only way they can find usefulness is traveling outside. And you're saying they should not.
So this also boils down to the fact that you hear about some lawyers, some professionals, even doctors that abandon lucrative professions and businesses in Nigeria and get to travel and do menial jobs abroad. You know, what do you think about the situation that would do you think it's that supposed to happen?
Okay, let me respond to that. You know, we have good, better, best. I don't think there's anyone that will be here, will have a good job, and will see a better job that would not want to pursue it. So if the people you say that are leaving job in Nigeria for abroad, have you been able to critically observe or analyze, compare the both opportunity? Because there is no person in this world, including myself.
Wow, this man wants to travel out. So you have plans on ground. Tell us, let us know.
Including myself, there is nobody, including you too.
No, you can't speak for her. She speaks for herself.
There is nobody that will be holding on to an opportunity and will see a bigger or a more useful opportunity and will not want to embrace.
But most of these people that leave, they start from scratch. It's not. Yes, we know they are foreign countries, but like I said, imagine a lawyer leaving a good profession to be a bartender or wash plates in a foreign country.
It's not all about title.
So is it really? It looks like there's more.
There's more. That means it actually pays better.
That is what I'm saying. I know so many lawyers in Nigeria that are broke. I mean, not just lawyers. I mean, good lawyers. They have not found usefulness in the country. So if you are a lawyer or you have a brother that is a lawyer that is willing to accept, opportunity, if seen, and I've not seen any, and will see another opportunity other than law in another place, will you advise that your brother or your friend not to embrace it? Let's be very realistic here.
The example. Sorry to cut you. The example she gave. The reason I said it looks like there's more is because she gave an example of someone who has a profession, and she didn't say the person doesn't have a job. The person abandoned his job here in Nigeria because of an opportunity to travel out, to do menial jobs. And from that example, it already shows that the person might even be earning more here.
Yes.
But this thing of traveling out, that's why I said it looks like there's more than just the money.
Okay.
Or you understand? It's just the thing of, there's an opportunity to travel out. Today I saw someone saying
about the money.
In my opinion, Nigeria is a good country if you have money.
Yes, it's
Nigeria is a perfect country.
Only for those who have money.
Yes, let's be very honest here. Nigeria is a very perfect country if you have money. I don't think there's anybody that will have a good job, a very good job that is sustaining him
in Nigeria, this country, and will not want to travel.
And will go for a lesser job abroad. Do you think
there are no much opportunities in Nigeria as it stands for most Nigerians to opt for leaving the country?
It's very obvious.
But let's also look at, quickly before we move to the next story, let's look at young people creating opportunities. We have talked for years about there not being enough jobs to accommodate the number of graduates that we have. But do we keep going over this and blaming the government and having more people hungry? I don't know if you've heard people who say that they've been out of school for 10 years and they've not found a job, and you look at them, they don't have anything doing. When do we get to that point where we start encouraging youths to, create these opportunities? Yes, I'd like you to talk a little bit about that before we move on to... Because let's even start with you now. You talked about your batch for 2 years. A lot of them have not gotten jobs. But you have something you're doing.
Well, that's personal.
No, hold on. Nobody is saying you should start talking about what you do. But what I'm trying to say is you created an opportunity for yourself. So let's talk about encouraging youths to create opportunities out of a place where they say there are no opportunities for them.
Well, there's a program I run online every Friday. It's all about youth empowerment. youth empowerment.
Okay.
It's something I have been saying because, honestly, the government has failed us. I'm saying all of this to see if the government can see reason to take their responsibility.
Okay.
But since, you know, it's very obvious that our government has failed us and they are doing nothing to see how we can come out of it as young people. The only thing I used to advise my colleague, young people, to do is seek opportunity for yourself. Because the best thing you can do for yourself as a young person now is you look at what the illiterate are doing, computerize it, and make it useful.
This whole thing still boils down to economy. Seeking opportunities, you need finance, where the dollar rate is affecting our currency and all of this. So even though you want to empower yourself, you need the finance. So I don't know. Don't you think this will also affect that empowerment?
There are lots of challenges.
Yes, there are lots of challenges.
You know, when you've identified a problem and you've seen that the problem you've identified will be difficult for you as a person to solve. You identify a problem and you start that problem you've identified will be difficult for you to solve. What you do is to find a means of surviving with that problem.